Yeah, imagine hunting, right? Okay, you're this caveman and you haven't eaten like a solid meal in like a week or something, so you're starving.
Yeah.
You're sneaking up on this animal and you step on like a rock, and then it just runs off. It's like, oh my God.
The deer runs away or whatever.
That was the guy who created sandals. He's like, you know what,
Yeah.
motherfucker, I'm tired of this.
We got lots of food left over from Saturday. So.
Gotcha. And for the people who probably don't know, what happened Saturday?
We had the first annual Bourbon Bowl.
First annual Bourbon Bowl.
Bobby Boucher and Vicky Valancourt brought home the win. They crushed it, I have to admit.
So it was the first of many annual costume parties.
Yes.
That's going to be called the Bourbon Bowl.
The Bourbon Bowl. And it was the details that got me. It was the Louisiana frog cake, the accuracy.
Yeah.
In the sign.
Yeah, very character accurate.
Yeah, the handing out of water, making sure that all of our guests were very hydrated. It's very important. We got a close second in the relay race. You know, the Mud Dogs came out on top at the end of the day.
There you go,
so
man.
That's all that matters. That's SCLSU Mud Dogs.
So what are we hitting today, Phil?
So today we're gonna be doing a nice full body workout. You'll see how the supersets are structured with upper and lower body. So if we're doing an upper body push movement, we'll be doing a lower body pulling movement. We're gonna get started with some single arm bench press. So a unilateral upper body push. And we're gonna superset that with a trap bar deadlift. So bilateral on the lower body on the pulling movements. And then we'll take it from there. So there we'll flip and we'll go to an upper body pulling movement and a lower body push afterwards. And pretty much always do 3 or 4 sets. Always at least 3, and then depending on how I'm feeling for the day, I throw in 4. We do have to run after this also. So on the lower body stuff, I stick to 3 sets. Same thing here, starting moderate, and then we'll start working that weight up on the next set. And I know it doesn't seem like much, but with marathon training starting, not getting too crazy on the legs. This is my first time running this much, but my strategy currently is to not have an actual leg day. It's all full bodies. That's pretty much what we do here at OTG, and what I do myself for the most part anyways, even to another level of not overdoing the volume on the legs, because we're running pretty much at least 4 days a week, sometimes 5, and eventually 6 leading into the marathon.
I know that we're not to that final race yet, the marathon, but do you think that this is going to set the tempo for how much you run next year, or are you still planning on running?
Yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with running afterwards. I like it, it's fun. I'll probably be, one, a lot less structured. I can just kind of do it more for fun, right? Let it take up less of my mental capacity, that's for sure. Really, just have fun with it, you know, just a couple days a week, maybe 2 or 3 days a week, and just however much I feel like at the time. I would like to get back into having a good, heavy leg day in the future, you know, some heavy squat, stuff like that. So don't know. Yeah, we'll see how we feel with having so much running over the next couple months, and then maybe make a decision from there. Ooh, we'll try to get at least one good heavy set in here. And one of the reasons, or a few reasons, I love single arm bench press so much is, one, it forces you to use leg drive. So if you have a problem with leg drive in your bench press, do the single arm. It's gonna force you into learning how to use leg drive. Another really cool thing is, what you'll notice is when you do it for the first time, you're gonna feel that whole right side of your body, from your chest, obviously, through the abs, through the obliques. You're gonna feel it in your glutes, you'll feel it in your calf, your quad, from so much leg drive. So that's another really good reason. And then lastly, it really exposes your weak points. So if you have one side that's weaker than the other, doing the single arm version is really gonna expose that and help you work on it. Because if you just use the bar all the time, that stronger side is gonna constantly make up for the weaker side. You never actually train that weaker side to get up there. So yeah, try out the single arm bench press. It's a really good exercise. Try to get at least one good heavy set here, and then we'll determine our next set based on how this feels. So I got 8 with the right, and then now my weaker side, which is my left side, is gonna be forced to keep up with the right side. So we'll get our 8 here. And that was really tough. So probably what I'll do is, instead of hitting another one, I'll just do one set, arms together, after our deadlifts as kind of a finisher set, instead of doing another heavy single arm.
Phil, I noticed that your glasses list today. What's up with that, man?
Oh, well, originally we were gonna do a Halloween workout as Spock. But Denver threw away my ears.
Denver.
So I couldn't complete the transformation. So, but Spock doesn't wear glasses, so I put my contacts on this morning, went to look for my ears.
No ears to be found.
So I just rolled with the contacts today.
Gotcha. Well, you're Spock in spirit today, I guess.
Yes. Do Vulcans have super strength?
Oh, didn't they?
I have no idea. I've seen half of one episode of Star Trek, so I'm unsure. Yeah, I went and tried to get some this morning at like Party City, fresh out.
You said they just had the really big elf ears.
Yeah, they only had like the elf ears. And elf ears and Vulcan ears, I guess, are way different.
Yeah, it's different breeds, I think.
Yeah, they are different breeds, for sure. One seems to be from way in the past. Or like where I guess maybe another world.
Yeah.
And then the other is obviously from the future. I don't know, what's the time period on elves?
What's the
like in Lord of the Rings? What's the time period?
I feel like they're from like the ye old time. Right?
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm thinking as well. Yeah, there's no like
old
technology or anything.
Yeah, they don't even have shoes. A lot of times they're just like the Hobbit, they just were shoeless.
Oh yeah, hobbits don't have shoes.
And do you ever think about like, you put on your shoes every day, sandals, Crocs, whatever you want, and then it's like, man, there was one time where people just left the house or left the cave, wherever, and they're just like, no shoes.
Yeah, I was cleaning up yesterday at my house without shoes on, and I destroyed my feet. Like, I mean, it feels better now, but it's like I'm gonna have a bruise on the bottom of my foot or something from I hit it on some, I don't know what you call it, but the concrete that goes around like your garden, you know?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, imagine hunting, right? Okay, you're this caveman, and you haven't eaten like a solid meal in like a week or something, so you're starving.
Yeah.
You're sneaking up on this animal, and you step on like a rock, and then it just runs off. It's like, oh my God.
The deer runs away or whatever.
That was the guy who created sandals. He's like, you know what,
yeah.
I'm tired of this.
All right, so yeah, we're just gonna do a little back down set here. So that set of 8 with single arm was pretty much all I had. So just to get a 4th set in, because I feel good, but that was really challenging. I don't think I could get another good set in. So just a little extra volume here.
Sure, probably not like now, but when you had heavier, just regular leg days, were you doing a lot of single leg stuff?
Yeah, we're actually about to do right now,
Okay.
single leg, because so we went from upper body,
Okay.
single arm push, lower body dual or bilateral pull. So now we're gonna flip the script and go lower body, single leg push, and then we'll go upper body, bilateral, dual pull.
Okay.
So we're gonna go from a weighted step up, one leg at a time, obviously, and then we'll do a lat pull down afterwards. So we have these boxes that are labeled with the heights. We're gonna go on the 20-inch today, and then have some weights going on, and then we'll go to that lat pull down. And on these step ups, I really like to think about smashing the box with my top leg. I'm really trying to not push off the ground with my back leg. I'm smashing the box with my left foot, not driving off the ground with the right, which is allowing me to really target my left leg and quads specifically. As long as I keep a nice tall chest, the more I bend over, the more hamstring and glute, which is not my goal for now, because I already did that with the deadlifts, right? So I'm staying nice and tall chest, smash the box, straight line up. And same thing here. I'm really focused on my right foot, smashing through the box, driving down with my right foot, not pushing off the ground with the left. And then control on the way down. Trying to not let yourself crash on the way backwards. I'm really trying to stabilize nice and slow on that way down. Upper body, lower body superset, and then pushing and pulling. Because it's not exactly rest, where you're just like sitting down, not doing anything, but you're letting that particular muscle group rest as you're doing a different one. So we can try to get more work done in less time. We're gonna be in and out 45 minutes. By doing supersets this way, a lot more work, less time, because fitness, remember, shouldn't feel difficult to fit into your day. Sometimes it is, but we still want to do the best that we can to get it in on a consistent basis. And if that requires an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours in the gym, well, there's a really good chance that you're gonna miss days, make excuses because you don't have enough time. And with our method, that's not gonna happen. Short, sweet, to the point, get in, get out, get on with your life. That's what we want to do. Now that being said, you gotta work hard during that short time, where if you are spending 2 hours, you might have a lot of play time, might be on your phone a bunch, but what's better is to get in with your game plan, execute, work hard with intensity, do what you need to do, and then do whatever else. needs to be done. And I have to admit, especially here, when I work out here, which is most of the time, it is very easy to get distracted. Office is right around the corner, computers in there, clients reaching out, whatever, and prospects reaching out, whatever the case may be. So you gotta deal with those as they come. But for the most part, the goal is to get in, do work, and get out. Last set. And since we started with a upper body push workout, our isolation exercise today will be tricep. Because when you're pushing upper body, whether you're pushing forward like a bench press, pushing above your head like a shoulder press, tricep is a secondary muscle. We would have led with lat pull down, for example, where the biceps are the secondary, we'd be doing a bicep right now. So that's kind of how we structure the workouts. If you lead with a push, our isolation, we do one isolation exercise because compound, more bang for your buck, so we focus on those. But we do one isolation movement. It's based upon that primary first exercise that we did, which was bench press, and now we do triceps. If we would have done squats first, or the step ups, we'd be doing calves. It just all follows that primary first leading exercise is how we base our isolation for the day. So we'll go somewhere like 12 to 15 reps here. Lock the elbows in place, hinge back, get those hips back. And an isolation exercise just means we're only moving one joint at a time. So in bench press, we're using the shoulder joint and the elbow joint. But here, isolating the tricep, an isolation movement, obviously we're only working one muscle, which is the tricep, but we're only moving one joint. My shoulder joint is locked, only moving the elbow joint. If I was doing biceps, pulling from the bottom, shoulder joint's locked, only moving the elbow joint. If I'm doing calves, knees are locked, hips are locked. On my ankle joint, one joint. That's what defines an isolation exercise. So a compound will be doing more than one joint. Squats, knees and hips. Bench press, elbows and shoulders. Back, elbows and shoulders, right? So isolation means only one joint is working at a time. All right, and for our core exercise for today, we're gonna be doing some rotations. So we got some tension on the band here. I'm gonna keep my arms nice and straight, and then I'm gonna rotate, bring it to the midline, hold for a second. I'm loading up that whole right side, just like we talked about earlier at that single arm bench press. And then I'm gonna slowly and controlled on the way back. And I'm gonna explode, hold at the midline, control back. Now we're working that whole left side. Ooh. Ooh. Doesn't look like much, but if you get enough tension on this band, not easy, especially to get a good hold there at the mid each time. And that's a wrap. So usually we would do a finisher at the end, but running today. So I'm just gonna go for a run. Today is easy, just a 45-minute casual pace, nothing crazy. But I'm doing that instead of a finisher today. So actually my finishers for me personally, for the rest of the year, probably not really doing finishers because I'm doing so much running. But usually right now, that's what we would do to wrap the workout up and finish strong. So guys, make sure you like, subscribe. Hope you love the content. Make sure you're checking out the podcast. Our goal with Only the Greatest Podcast is to help Houston make its way up the ladder of health and fitness. So if you know someone that has a great, inspiring story that could help other people, make sure you reach out to us. If you know someone that has a service that can help people and they have a specialty that can really bring value to people here in Houston, they can just listen to the podcast, have some good takeaways that could change their life. Make sure you let us know and we'll see if it's a good fit.